Man, I hope I'm on. Have some internet connections. Hey, everybody! Today we're sitting down with Mr. 100%, as I like to call him. And if you've ever got a message from me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But we got
Yeah,
Tony Poet on the live today from Reaction Time. How you doing, Tony?
pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it.
Oh man, thank you for sitting down, taking some time out of your busy schedule to chat with us, and get a phone call here. Um, So, how you been, man? We haven't talked in a while. How you been? How you been lately? I know you've been busy. What's been going on?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just same old life, you know what I mean? Busy is good. Things have slowed down a little bit, so I've been able to focus a little bit on the artwork and paint some bodies up. So I really can't complain about that. And right now, I'm just trying to get my pops in the 1.9s right now. That's my main focus. Is he's got a limited budget, so we're using his limited budget, and we're just gonna push a DRK until it pops.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, trust me, it'll get down there.
Oh
It'll get
yeah,
down there. We're in the 1.8s. I know there's a lot of guys in the 1.6s and sevens, but there's guys out there with the 4 poles hitting 1.80. So we're
right.
getting there slow. We'll get you down there.
Perfect.
Uh,
Perfect.
yeah, but it's a challenge. I know. I mean, I've been there. I'm still working on
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah, most definitely. If you're not testing, you're not winning, or at least making good passes. So
That
testing
is
is
true.
key. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, you got to get out to put the time in, and you can tell the guys that really putting in the work. The results are showing. So,
Yeah,
um,
most definitely.
but hey, I mean, there's a lot of people on here that um, really don't know the man behind the reaction time. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Um, Pretty much the reaction time. Well, a little bit about myself. My name's Anthony. Or Tony Poet. Tony's just easy to remember. 40 years old, just turned 40, and man, time flies. I remember playing with these toy cars when I was a kid, and now here I am. Feel amazing for 40 though. I really can't complain. So Um, reaction time pretty much started as an accident, to be honest. If you guys don't know, bring this up here. All my foam tire cars during the pandemic, I like to run foam tire cars. So when they started the pandemic, of course, these don't work on a regular road. You need some sticky
Yeah.
shit. You
Yep.
know how it goes. So we started the reaction time tire prep, the OG blend, just so I can run and play with out front or I can find a location. And we created the blend just to see if we can run these foam tire cars somewhere else because during the pandemic, our Lake Elsinore track that you already know about is on a stadium location, so they have the rights of that location and we don't, and we were unable to race. So we came up with the tire prep just to race is actually like a surface prep. It wasn't even ready for a rubber tire. And then
Hmm.
a few people asked, "Hey, can I try it?" And one of them was Todd Saltero, and boom, it just took off from there. So it's just a basic product that we made, and our whole goal with making it was to make something better that you can find on the market at the
Yep.
time. Now there's all kinds of stuff on the market, so
Oh
that,
man.
that's just you know
Um. Well, right there, just already covered my question. So, um, no, and you got an outstanding product, man. I mean, I've been your product for quite a while, and I appreciate the support you have. In fact, got a shirt on today for you. But it is an awesome product, and I love the fact that you're never satisfied with what you have. I mean, you have you got the OG out there, and you got the smoked 1.7, and you got the new heavy blend.
right.
Can you give us an idea of what is between each one, and maybe some guys? Everybody has a little different prep. Um, I don't know, application. What's the best way that you found to get your stuff to work real good? 100%.
So just 100%. So just to give you the breakdown real quick, the OG blend and the smoked 1.7 work really great in the heat and the higher heating, higher temperatures. Uh, the heavy blend will work right in that middle zone, and then the Velcro vomit is mainly meant for the cold temperatures or for mixing your own blend in between the two of the
Gotcha.
OG and the Velcro vomit. Um, which call it? You asked the second part on that one. Pretty much.
Like
What
what's
was the
what's a
second?
good application
Oh,
process that
okay.
you see?
Yeah. So the process that's pretty cool, and I really like about our product is if you got your tires conditioned, let's say with the Frank A to Z, or if you got the Watermelon, what's it, All Traction, or if you got any of those and your tires are nice and conditioned, you can literally, and you probably know this already, and a lot of people do, you can run on cold tires. You don't need heat. You don't need anything. You could simply apply it. When you get to certain speeds, you probably do want to use some heat, but you can break 1.9s no problem on a cold tire, apply it cold, no burnout, race it cold. And that most definitely was, to me, a game changer, because it really is hard trying to get to those lines in the big races, waiting in line. And my product most definitely breaks through that barrier of having to use heat. And that was pretty cool in the beginning. Now we're going faster, so things are different. And I do know that everybody has their own application. Um, the best made and easiest application, in my opinion, is to apply it to a warm tire, because it flashes instantly. And you can apply up to 2 or 3 layers, up to 4 layers, depending on the road conditions. And literally, you can go from left tire to right tire, back to left tire to right tire if you need to layer it up. You can wait a second or two in between, but it flashes so quick when you apply it to a hot tire, and it's ready to race right then and there. And that's pretty much as simple as it works. Everyone's going to have their own little technique, and that's going to be their own little juju that you don't want to mess with. Everyone has their own technique, but one thing I like about it, you simply apply it and it works.
Yeah, I've when I've applied to a hot tire or a warm tire, and like you said, we started at the beginning. We were doing only one coat, and then we started doubling, tripling it up, and yeah, like you said, it works good. I tell you what, we race all the time with Stephanie and Brian Bagalini,
Okay.
and I call them Spider-Man. They come up the line, do their burnout, man, and they're just webs, man. That stuff is. It's nice, dude. I believe they're both running heavy blend right now. I believe I'm not 100%, but yeah, they're running it. They're it's through the wind. It's crazy how webby that stuff is. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, most definitely. It's been awesome having my formulator go above and beyond and have him pretty much come up with the blends. It's really cool having the ability to throw something at him and have him try to come up with something new. We've had some failures here recently. We tried to come up with 2 or 3 new products, and it wasn't really failures. It's just we're reformulating, trying to find what we can get, and it just wasn't hooking as good as anything that needs to be above and beyond. So
Yeah,
to me, we're trying to find that better blend that's going to hook for these 1.5 and 1.4 passes that are just insanely fast. Crazy seeing how fast you guys are going.
yeah. I almost pushed it, or no, over 90 miles an hour. What I will say about your product that's really nice is it cleans very easily. Naphtha, whatever the guys using, brake clean, whatever, it wipes right off. So that's what 2, 3, sometimes 4 coats. That just it cleans right off of there. So that makes it a lot better for the racers. To have something a product that comes off really easy for everybody too. So that makes it nice.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so we kind of just touched on it, but you just alluded that you're still kind of working on some other blends. But you got anything else that's hot coming out of your race shop there at Reaction Time besides
Nothing too,
different blends?
yeah, nothing too crazy right now. Just all this typical stuff right now. I'm just working on the Gnss cables. We just all got the basic stuff right now. The bodies are really what I'm focusing on and having fun. And once we get more prep out for testing, the one thing that we are going to do, and in the past, we only let our team drivers test our product. And on the last product that we tested, I let anybody test it. And I thought that was kind of cool. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people thought that was cool too, because they didn't feel as if I don't know, they just felt more open to it. You know what I mean? Instead of team drivers only get to test a new product, that's kind of not fair sometimes. So I thought it was super cool. So when we do come out with something new, I'm going to release 20 bottles for the public to go ahead. It'll be $5. You pay shipping only, and you'll be able to test a new product, and I think that's cool to give other people an opportunity instead of just drivers, you know, not nothing against my drivers, but at the same time, other people need to try things too.
Yeah, test is it's kind of funny because everybody wants to be a tester, and they sometimes they think there's a lot of glory behind it, but it's a lot
It
of hard
sucks.
work too. It's a lot of hard work. I've been down that road with McLaren, so It's not always glory. It's not always just rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes there's some bad stuff that goes with it, but that's how we learn, right? I mean, like you said, your guy tried some different blends and they weren't working what you wanted. So that's what testing's about. But I think it's awesome that you allow the public to test stuff out and try it, because you're gonna just really you're gonna get a real good unbiased opinion about the product, and that's what you want. I mean, your drivers should do the same thing, but yeah, they still want you're still their sponsor, but send that out to the public. You can get some good responses from them.
I
We
got
do
some
have a question. Go ahead.
I got some really good, awesome feedback, and it felt really honest. And not saying my drivers aren't honest, but at the same time, it was just true integrity. And the people said it made them feel very special to be able to feel something they felt like a team driver, is what some of the guys told me, and that made me feel good.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. I don't think it's something that a lot of people do. So, great job for putting that out there and letting guys do it, because yeah, it's different, and like you said, you get great responses. I do have a question here. Sean South wants to know: do you offer a foam tire prep? So that's kind of what the OG is, right? You can use that on foam tires.
The OG can be used on foam tire. It is a little aggressive, so I honestly don't recommend it too much. But I have some fifth scalers that are on nitro in New York that run it on the big old huge tires are like that big, and they have no problem running it on foams. The reason we never came out with the foam tire prep is because I should have a bottle of it right here. Well, I got boxes of it. I don't want to steal the glory from someone that's doing good. And we've been using Coford for so many years. It's like $3 to $5 a bottle. They've been doing good. So for me to go and make a foam tire prep is kind of kicking myself in the ass, because I know it works. And if somebody is at the track using a different prep, sometimes it can get gooey or something different, and I don't want to affect somebody else's race program.
Smart.
So we kept the foam tire to the foam tire guys, and we just used the Coford at the track. And I didn't want to mess with anybody's program. And that's the main thing, is we know some of the preps out there, some are solventless, some are this, some are that. And sometimes even for my preps or our preps, the rubber tire, at the line, some of them don't agree with each other. And we found out
Mm-hmm.
hard way too, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch where you're putting your car down. Especially even in the no prep world, you got to watch where you're putting it, because reaction time might not like get stuck or get launched or somebody else's prep that they came up with. And one reason why, if you look at our track that we run on, it just fans out. You can see there's tire track because everybody's got their spot that they're going into. So that's that's just a
Exactly.
question. How are those
Yeah.
tire warmer switches working? Those warm, or how are those warmer switches holding up for you from Gabe?
Oh, okay. Gabe Honadol. They work amazing, bro. Um, I like it. It makes it real easy, so I never have to worry about my battery because the voltage is right in front of me. So if it's getting low, I just switch to another 3S, and amazing. Um, I've had a few people pick them up off me, and I probably need to grab a stack off of you, because as soon as people see them, they just buy them. I wasn't even trying to sell them. I was just using them, and they sold
I
themselves.
need.
So
I'll need one. So let me know when you get them in stock. I'll, put me on that list, sir.
most
So yeah, we kind of touched a little bit on the paint, man. And I tell you what, guys out there on internet land, if you have not seen the paint that's coming out of the shop, I don't know where the hell you've been, because this man has got some mad paint skills. And one of my favorite things that he does is the tornado funnel effect, and I really don't know how he do it, and but it's awesome. One step up. Oh,
that's one of my That's one of my favorite
yeah,
bodies I've painted so far. That body just reminds me of being on a vacation at the beach. There's something about that body.
wow,
Every time I see that body, I think I'm kicking it with Henry and Jay Joseph in Hawaii.
that is badass. That's a good looking paint job right there.
I love that body.
So
That body was good, and I'm super stoked I went to Brian. Super stoked.
so let's talk about paint a little bit. I mean, you're you're more than just a tire prep guy. You're dabbling in electronics with the GNSS power cord. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But this paint thing seems to be a big passion for you so far. I mean, you've been putting out a ton of bodies lately, and I know that's really time consuming. And looking at the paint
Oh yeah.
jobs, those things aren't just 1 2 hour paint jobs. There's some time built up in those. So, what got you painting? And I thought I before that you used to paint back in the day, and you just kind of picked it back up. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, so pretty much what is I'm 40, and I started tattooing when I was 17. I owned my own tattoo shop when I was 27. So the background of art has been ever since I'm a little kid. My dad's an artist, my grandma's an artist, so art just runs in the family. Um, Tattoo industry is very, very head butting. Ever since the social media came out, everybody comes to you and they pretty much wanted you to copy somebody else's artwork. So I haven't tattooed for about 5 or 6 years. I have no care to tattoo anymore. And once I started getting back into, these bodies, it just re-sparked up all that energy and all that thriving. I don't even know what to call it. Just that artistic ability that just thrived back, and I was super stoked. And
Passion.
this is just something that I love. Most definitely is just something that you know. And then I look up to Andy Jacobson, and I look up all the other artists that are out there. I look up to you guys huge that do your paintings. So again, for me to follow in the footsteps behind that and make a little legacy for myself, I think the artwork is what I would like to be known for as well. Um, the tire prep is cool and all, but the artwork I've been doing my whole life. So these bodies, most definitely, each one is signed, and they're all numbered, and they're going to be like that for here on out. They're all going to be signed and numbered. So just something cool for you guys to have.
Yeah, no, it's and you're really blazing your own trail. Yeah, you mentioned some really good painters there, but your bodies and the way you do them and your schemes are totally different. And you know, what more can I say is a really badass. I mean, there's a lot of skill there. So, uh, good
I'll, I'll
job.
be on, I'll be honest with you. I have tried doing a simple paint job. I can't do it. I can't do it. Like in the past 2 months since the past 2 months, I've tried three really simple paint jobs. They come out insane, and I'm like, what the fuck, Tony? Come on, bro. Like, and I'm trying to do it for the public because some of my stuff people say is it's too busy. And I understand there's going to be more of like that.
There it is.
Uh, oh yeah, that one's badass. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's going to be more of more of people that are looking for. Some are looking for nostalgic, some are looking for vintage, some are looking for the basic, hot rod style. These things are crazy, man.
Yeah,
They're not for the closed minded person. Put it that way.
man. If I got one, I wouldn't even want to run it. I mean, I'd be, I'd flip that thing upside down the asphalt, dude, and just be crying. I mean that funnel effect that you put in that hood there to me just blows me away every time I see it, and it's just crazy in how you can get the shadowing and that effect, and these are works of art. These are badass bodies. And don't stop, man. I mean, as long as you're enjoying it and you're having a good time doing it. I know I've talked to a lot of painters. I've had a lot of them in the past.
Body's available right now. That GTR is available right now if anybody wants it. It's 170. Have that one
Awesome.
available. That was badass under some white lights too. Sorry to cut you
Yeah.
off there, Kyle. So,
No, that's fine. I mean, because we're going to touch base on where people can get a hold of you and get your and get your product. So, but I mean, yeah, it's just mad skills, and I know you've been trying to do some of that translucent um, paint so that the body glows with the lights, and um, yeah, just keep it up, man. It's crazy how you can get that pop out of those bodies like that.
well, thank you, bud. It's most definitely time consuming and it's fun. And I have to thank everybody else for their support because without their support, I would just be painting them and hanging them up on my wall. So
Yeah,
everybody's support is super huge, and I can't thank anybody or everybody enough. It's been amazing getting the support I have so far. So thank you, everybody.
I will say, you're one of the most humble guys I met. I mean, you in the short term knowing each other, and that we've interacted at races and stuff. Um, your stand up. You know, I mean, I watched you do a live video and told people you need to go out and race what you're gonna win. You know, if my prep's not working, hey, that day it will on another day, but I want you to go out and do good. And that's hard for a manufacturer to stand up and do, man. And so, you know, props to you to do that, because that just shows that, you know, you're not in it for the almighty dollar. You're in it to help the guys go out and do good. And at that track at that time, if that prep's not working or whatever you're using, use what is. And I was blown away with that video, man. And good job.
And I still stand by that 100%. You know, everybody wants to be a John Force, and to be John Force, you have to act like John Force. You got to be there to win. And if you're there to win, between you and your teammates, that road's going to be tricky. We all know Tyler likes to pick some tricky roads, and that's what makes it where it's always a tuner's, you know, a tuner's race. But at
Yeah.
the same time, every road that somebody says is tricky, at the end of the race, someone puts down some phenomenal passes. You know, so I agree with you. Have to use what's going to get you down that track that day. Prep is prep, tires are tires. You need to work together as a team, and that's the main thing I'm trying to push too. Is sometimes people don't work together as a team, and they fail individually. Versus if you work together as a team and you never fail, you always succeed, and the team always grows. And
Right.
that's the other thing I'm pushing too. You know, so when it comes down to using different products, I'm also trying to support. And that's the other thing is my hat does need to be taken off to the guys that deserve it, and they do need a high five. You know, big high five and big hats off to everybody in Wisconsin. And Jeff, his prep got stuck, worked amazing down there, and it was pushing 1.5s all day long on the fast guys,
Yeah.
1.6s, 1.7s. You know, so you got to give credit where it's due. You know, and if that prep is working that day, then the credit's due. And that's the biggest part about this industry. In the tattoo industry, that would never freaking happen. In this industry, this needs to happen to grow the industry.
100%. I'll say it for you.
Thank you,
um,
brother.
you know, and you, man, you couldn't say it any better. You know, there's always going to be a better widget, and you, you know, you gotta give the credit where the credit's due. Exactly, 100%. I mean, those guys right now are killing it. You know, I'll be honest, McClan was on top. You know, we won first king, you know, second king of the streets, and we had a good thing going. And then the four poles and everything else came out, and you know, we're working on it, right? We're trying to get there. So I get it, man. You know, we're not. You got to keep evolving with the industry, and you know, being that you keep working on preps and you keep doing that stuff, so that's showing that you're doing that. So, good job, man. I mean, it's
With these
you
speeds,
don't get a lot of people that do that, you know.
yeah,
Everybody,
with the speeds they're putting down, if you're not growing with the industry, you're slowing with the industry.
100, yeah, no joke, no joke, no joke. Oh man, so well, so tell us what you're working on there. I know you got these. I mean, I don't know why anybody didn't think about this before. I mean, it's a great idea, but let's tell the audience what you got there.
These are just the GNSS cables. There's been plenty of times my dad and I are doing our racing and we forget to charge our GNSS box, and we end up going out there and we're screwed. So, you know, we're running a generator to charge our GNSS. That's crazy. Come on, guys. You know, so these cables, exactly.
Yeah,
Come on, you know, a generator for that. Or we're hooking up to the cigarette lighter and a, you know, little inverter or whatever type thing. They simply, you plug right into your receiver, right into your GNSS unit. Um, there's no worry about the amount of power that's going to overpower it. Some people were worried at first that the 8.4 or the 7.4 volts that come out is going to burn it up. Most house chargers that you use for your cell phone is 9 volts. So there's no problem about burning up the GNSS unit or anything. I don't recommend them for racing because, of course, during racing, you want every bit you can get. But for testing, they work amazing. Um, People have raced with them. They say there's no problem with them. But, you know, personally, I'm not going to recommend anything that's going to take that little bit from you on the top end. Never would recommend that. I want you guys to win. But no, they're just really simple. I end up getting all the cables in bulk, and then I just pretty much put them together. If people want them shorter, I'll make them shorter. And then I just put the ends on them. They come with the old and the new type. The new type is the C-type plug, And if you've ordered one within like the past 3 to 6 months, it's going to come with a new plug. If it's from Sky RC, I don't know if the other companies are doing it, but Sky RC has the new plug, which is pretty much just like your cell phones if it's Android. And then we got the old one. So that's pretty much it. They just work amazing, especially if you haven't charged your box, or if your GNSS just has one of those histories of not charging and holding a charge. So it is most
hey man, and that happens. I've had plenty where I've either the charge port. Well, and this wouldn't help that situation, but I've had the charge port break. Because
okay.
it's just soldered on there by a couple of tabs. But I have forgotten to charge my GNSS too. You're not the only one.
Right.
Right, Riley and I have done it too, and so I try to make a habit to go out to the trailer on Friday night before we go test a race and plug those things in, and let them charge overnight.
Yeah.
But that's a great idea you have there. Where can everybody find you? Where can everybody get in touch? I know there's a new website. Why don't you tell everybody where they go to buy these bodies, prep, the plugs, and everything else that you have up online?
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have it for you to purchase off the website. I like to control a little bit more instead of have purchases during the night while I'm sleeping, wake up and not be understanding of the purchases, which is no big deal. I'm going to set it up where all the accessories eventually are going to be available on the website. As of right now, all the accessories are available through me. If not, you can go directly over to TSG Carbon Works, which is Tommy Giovi, and he's got a lot of my prep in stock. You also have 5 Star Hobbies, which has all my prep in stock, and then you also have Racer RC from Dan Bernetti. So Dan Bricotti. So pretty much you got all those options, and then just hit me up directly if you want any bulk, because sometimes the pricing, it could be a little bit easier if you want bulk. But yeah, mainly just hit me up on Instagram Sweet 215 Racing, or here on Facebook, which is Reaction T Tire Prep. We're still working on getting the accessories available on the website. And once I do that, I think it'll make it easier for people to accessorize, because I think the accessories can be confusing when someone wants a hat, a t-shirt, GNSS. I confuse them sometimes, and I'm not trying to. So I apologize, guys. Sometimes I'll send you pictures and it'll be, what color do you want? What plug do you want? It would be easy if that's on the website and on a little drop down where you just click it and pick whatever you want. So we're working on that though. But
That's awesome. Yeah, and I will tell you guys, if you order directly from him, he's got some super fast shipping. So you'll get a if you're contacting him through Messenger, you're gonna get a picture with your tracking number and when it shipped out, and depending on where you're at, you'll have it in just a few days. So he
yeah,
doesn't mess around. He gets your prep to you. If he's got it in stock, he gets it to you.
yeah, almost all of our products ship same day if it's ordered before noon. Sometimes I'm working out of town, so this week I'm working out of town. I think tomorrow's my last day. Then after that, everything's back to normal. So once a month or two, I'm working out of town for a few days. But other than that, usually everything ships same day if it's ordered before noon.
Awesome. That's good customer service.
Hey,
So,
got,
but
gotta you gotta love all the people that helped us out in the beginning. When people ship stuff for us and we're in that little bind and we got a race on Friday, people get it out and we get it
yeah,
Thursday. We're ready. You know what I mean?
yeah, you're ready to go. And it's good to have your product out there in some of the big websites and stuff like that. So um, at 5 Star Hobbies or Racer RC, and was it Tommy's uh, place. So you guys can always hit those guys up to get prep, or like I said, direct to the man himself, and he'll get it out to you. The other nice thing is if you guys don't follow Reaction Time on Facebook, I recommend you do, because if there's a special, or if he's out of product, or if he's running low on stuff, he'll let you know. Like there is a supply chain issue right now going on in this world if no one's noticed it, and it affects us all in one way or another. I know that Dauber bottles were an issue at some time,
Those were
and
crazy.
yeah, so but he lets you know what's going on, and so and he does run specials. So I usually buy the bigger bottles because we go through it so fast. And when we were testing, it was myself, Tim, Riley, and sometimes we had 4 or 5 cars going, so we'd go
Right?
through a bottle of prep no problem in a day.
Exactly.
So,
Well,
um, well, I got a couple of fun questions here for you.
cool. Shoot.
So we kind of talked about everything there, and what's the best pizza to use? Pineapple and ham. I don't know.
Hey,
Gay.
if you want to start a conversation right now, we can do that too.
Yeah. All right.
Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Which
Pineapple
one?
belongs on pizza.
Oh yes, I'm a pineapple and ham guy.
Oh yeah.
And ranch. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna screw a bunch of people up here. I do it all. All right. NASCAR, IndyCar, F1, or NHRA. Pick one.
NHRA.
That's my favorite. Baseball or football?
Baseball.
What's your favorite team?
None.
No. All right. Favorite food?
Uh, I'm gonna say some good old steak and taters, man.
There you go.
Good old
You got
steak and taters. Pizza's good and all, but try eating that shit every day, man. At 40s, you're gonna get some heartburn. I can eat.
Oh, brother. Yes. Yes. You got like a favorite restaurant you like to go get this a good steak at?
My local one is Wood Ranch out here in Corona.
Good place.
When I was out in Orange County, what was it, Stewbrooks out in Fullerton,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's Morton's Steakhouse. Oh my gosh,
Yeah, that's a
man,
good.
those are
We
bomb.
have a wood ranch down here in San Diego. Sandy and I and Ryan would go there, and their bread rolls are to die for, dude. There's some good bread.
Them garlic rolls, bro.
Oh man, making me hungry, dude. All right, hot rod, classic car, supercar, or hypercar?
I'm gonna probably say classic. It's a tie between classic and hot rod. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
classic because of the way I grew up.
What would be your if you had unlimited money? What car are you buying right now?
You'd catch me drag racing a 67 Camaro. Why? I don't know. I've always been stuck to them. 67, 69, one of those two. You would catch me having a pro mod racing along with the street outlaw dudes.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We get to watch you on TV. Um, all right, I got one I thought about earlier. You got any tattoos? I'm just kidding.
No, only stupid people get tattoos, bro.
Ah,
Fucking
how many, so,
crazy
so
guy.
so
Fucking
tell me this:
dumb.
how many tattoos you have? Do you know?
One. They're all
One.
connected.
Oh,
They're all
nice, nice. So it's got to be hard. I'm just gonna shoot off the window. You're an artist. I would doubt you might have done some maybe on your arm. But I bet that'd be kind of hard to tattoo yourself. But who would? I mean, you got to put a lot of trust in another artist to put ink on you.
right.
That's got to
Very
be
true.
tough because you got a you have a quality of what you want done in your head. So that's pretty tough to do.
Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't really choose wisely. I probably just had a few people here or there, and then once I got to a certain age, there was only one person that tattooed me, and after that, there was only one other. So I've technically most of my artwork is from two people, and that's that trust. You build that trust, and you guys start to agree with the artwork. So when you go back in for your next session, they're
Pew
already on the
pew.
page, and you ain't got to that's supposed to be blue. You ain't got to go over that 30 on the same page with you. So
Yeah,
that's huge. Finding that connection,
it
next
is. It's
trust.
hard to do, huh?
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah. There's a few times I walked away like, um, all right, we need to work on,
I'm gonna have to get
because
that one fixed.
yeah, and there's also times that you wanna work with your artist. If they're going through tough times in their life, support them, but try not to get tattooed when they're going through that tough shit. Um, Sometimes their mind could be somewhere else. So yeah,
Yeah,
last
that's good
last thing
advice.
is their ex girlfriend's name on your back.
No, no regrets.
Regurgitations, regurts. Yeah,
No regrets. Um, hey, so Gabe asked, what lengths are the GNSS cables in that do you have right now, or what do you come in?
all right. So I got them right here on got a little measuring thing. They're about 12 to 12 and a half inches, and that's for the micro USB, which is the older units. Um, they come a little bit longer, so I just do them as long as I can, and then customers, if you want, you can order them any size. I can chop them down. Um, the sorry, the Type C plug, they come a little bit shorter, but again, I can extend them and lengthen them, and they're right at 11 and a half inches. So they're about an inch difference in length. These I still got to put the heat shrink on, but yeah, about a little over an inch something different in length.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's it?
about 12, 12 and a half and 11 half.
And what do they go for? How much? What's the prices on those?
Believe it or not, the shorter ones are more expensive. The C-type plug is $1 more, so it's $9 and $8. Shipping is $4, friends and family, or $6 goods and services. I never try to push the friends and family, but it's such a small purchase. It's really easy and best if you add on to the other accessories or like a bottle of prep or something. And at that point, your shipping is almost free compared to, the $5, $6 on these.
Exactly. Buy a plug, buy a bottle of prep, buy a couple bottles of prep, and
Yeah,
you know,
t-shirt, hat, whatever we got in stock. We have the sauce holders. We make the cat packs. Don't have the cat packs in front of me right now. But yeah, we make the cat packs. We got the sauce holders. We call them sauce savers because man, it's a saver when you don't spill that mother. I'll tell you that.
yeah,
So
100%.
100% on that. The money
Yeah,
savers,
we've spilt a bottle in the trailer, dude. You don't want to do that, man. It's a mess. And unfortunately, we didn't have it in the saver. So, but
yeah.
it is every time we have it. I got the black one sits right there on the counter. Prep bottles in it. We're good to go. So, um,
And I will tell everybody, I do apologize if you've ever spilt it into your bodies. Uh, it will eat your paint up something fierce in 2 seconds. Let it sit before you wipe and just let it dry. I made a mistake this weekend. My towel was sitting in the body. It spilled a little bit in there. And when I picked it up, the towel hit it and just completely wiped a brand spanking new body I painted for myself. I haven't painted a body for myself in 3 months. So I almost cried. Like, what the fuck? So be
I
careful
can
with
only
the,
imagine.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see. Someone says that you should see the goo in my prep box. Someone must have had a bottle spill. All it says on my end is Facebook user. So, but I do know one Facebook user, Pew Pew. That's Bob Hamilton. If you haven't heard the story on that, it's a pretty good one. His phone, if you watch some of his lives, you can hear it in there. He gets an alert. He goes pew pew. I thought the guy was screwing with me in Tulsa, man. It's hilarious. Um, but honestly, dude, we're about ready to wrap this thing up. But I got one last question. Tell me one fun fact about you.
Everything. Uh,
Life.
no, I've always just been a good going guy when it comes down to things. Everybody has their hard points and everybody's negative and stuff, and everybody has a hard day. So I just try to make my best of it. And, that's the only thing I can put out there is, do the best to make a good day and have a good day and enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's all I say positively, man.
Try
I
to be
guess
positive.
yeah, negative just brings down more negative. So, you know, go to sleep happy. That's it.
Man, I couldn't agree with you more on that. Life's too short, and you never guarantee the next day. So
Yeah,
um, make the
definitely.
best out of it, man. I mean, there's enough crap in this world, and sometimes bring it under ourselves. That in this, especially in this hobby, man. I mean, I don't get all the negativity in this thing, and we're supposed to go out and have a good time. So
Right.
yeah, make the best of it, have a good time, and just go enjoy life, man. I mean, we're playing with toy cars, and I tell you what, for me personally, I met some really good people in this hobby. A couple of them are streaming this right now. Richie and Val, Jay Joseph, man. I mean, there's my teammates. I've met some really good people, and dude, I would have never thought I had the relationship and the friendship connection I would with Tim Smith. I mean, that was totally unexpected, and the way that kind of just went about real fast was, he was just kind of he was struggling, and I offered up my track. I said, dude, I got a timing system. I'll put up a DTS. You can come down here. We do whatever. It can be, I won't tell nobody. You can just come down and run laps. And
Right.
put up to a couple races, man. And I can tell you what, been a good relationship, been a great friendship, and one I'll take, forever. And so I miss the dude. We still talk all the time. I know you and him were close and had good times, and
Just
you know,
talk today.
yeah. Right.
We
In fact, Riley's heading to Phoenix on Thursday, and you never know. He may stop by. Say they stopped by last time they were out there and said hi. So I'm jealous. I don't get to.
yeah, jump in that swimming pool for us, Riley.
Yeah, no joke, man. No joke. But man, brother, we really appreciate you kicking off prep week, which might turn into like prep 2 weeks or prep month. Um,
Perfect.
we set. I'm gonna tell you right now, we just set the bar. We just set the bar for everybody. But No, I really enjoyed it, dude. I really appreciate your time. I mean, we're all super busy, and for you to take some time out of your day to talk to us, we all really appreciate it. And I think it just opens up who's behind the product, and that we're all human beings, and we all have day jobs and regular lives, and this is all stuff we do for fun. And
Yeah.
um, but we really appreciate your time, sir.
Well, thank you, bud. I really appreciate it as well. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Everyone watching, everyone not watching, just everyone involved. This industry is huge, and it takes all the love for it to grow. And don't be upset if someone's going 1.5. I guarantee you're probably going to line up with someone going a 1.9, and you guys are going to have a good race. And at the end in the finals, you're going to have to race that 1.5. But you know what? In the meantime, don't worry about it, guys. I see so many people selling stuff, and it's not about that. Keep the industry growing. If you're going to sell your stuff, if you got kids, make your kids go race. Let your kids have fun, because it's about the industry growing for the next generation. And get the kids off their damn cell phones, man. Come on, get them out there, get something in their hands where they're building something. You know what I mean? When I got back into racing these RC cars a few years ago, everything was RTR. I was so bummed to find out that the kits were so few and far in between. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Now that the drag race is going, everything is fabricated, and the fabrication keeps that brain growing and growing. So that's what it's about. And trust me, I appreciate everybody for their love, and keep it up, guys. You're gonna
I
get there and go next, and that's all it's
yeah
about.
I agree with you. I mean, you raced with your pops, and I raced. I raced with my dad up to about 2 years ago when he decided he was gonna hang the controller up. But we had three generations. I had myself, I had my dad, myself, and Riley. And I got a picture in the trailer of all three of us winning our fifth scale class at a race in each class. So we all took first. I was in two-wheel drive truck. Riley was in four-wheel drive buggy. I think my dad was in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive truck or buggy. And that's the first time all three of us podium first place, and probably the first in the nation, to tell you the truth, especially in fifth scale. One of the
Right?
best pictures and my proudest moments of racing. Great memories. I tell you what, that ride home from Paris was a blast, man. I mean, we were all cloud nine. So to do it with your kids, you get to do it with your pops, and it make great memories. I get to do it with my son now. He builds his cars. He maintains his cars. Sometimes he has to maintain my car too if I'm out, putting a race on. Um,
Right.
and you're right, man. It teaches them, right? It teaches them how to take something apart and put it back together, and read blueprints and plans. So, and these guys that are worried about racing a fast guy, look, there's no guarantees in drag racing. There's no guarantees in any type of racing, and you got to all run down that same track. And that guy could cut a light, he could red light, he could try to guess the light, he could break the tires loose. There's 100 different
So,
things that go wrong, And if as long as you're making solid A to B passes, and you're happy with yourself, man, that's all you need.
yeah,
There's a reason why you made it to the finals and you had to race that guy. You obviously are fast. You didn't get the gift, so don't hang your head low on that. There's a reason why you're in there, man. Go out there and give it your all, and anything can happen.
exactly. And the other thing to look at is it takes everybody there to make that one winner get that cash prize. So everybody involved keeps the event going. So if you got a teeter totter, am I going to go just because someone's faster than you? Just go. And if it's $20 to enter, if it's $10, if it's $50, $100, if you got the money, just throw the support in. And I don't look at it like there's any form of loss. There's no losing, because you can go up to the fastest guy that kicks your ass, and I guarantee he'll teach you something if you ask. So just be open.
Right.
Be open. There's this industry is so awesome with the guys that will teach you stuff. Jay Joseph said it, I think, the other day, or just recently. I saw him say something about you. I think it was actually today when he was in that on a live with Steve.
With
Something
Steve, yeah.
about something about the kid. Just don't worry about it. He's there to help everybody, and you know what? That's what it's about. And I think greatly, if you're scared to race a fast guy, race him, lose. He'll teach you if you ask him, and just keep racing. You're
Yeah.
going to get there. So
You
it's all.
Yeah, you only get better by racing or competing with better people, and that's what makes you better.
I
And
would race a
uh,
fast guy.
I'll tell you what, man. Irwindale earlier this year, first race in the NPRC series, Riley had to line up against James Dibble, and uh, I told him, man, and you know what, Riley wasn't even scared. He was gonna go up there and put a pass down, and if you would have beat James, man, that'd have been awesome. But the best part of that race was at the end of that race, James goes over and gives Riley a hug, and that's what it's about. That's
Thank you.
sportsmanship. That's how it's supposed to be, man. And I love that part, So that was really cool. So I see a lot of that, being a guy who puts on races. You see that sportsmanship on the line, and that's what's about the fist bumps, the hugs, the shakes. That's what it's about, man. I mean, and that's why we do this. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. But yeah, so but again, brother, I appreciate your time. It takes a lot for you to pull some time out of your day, and especially around dinner time. So we all really appreciate it. And, everybody, head over to Reaction Time, Reaction T on Facebook, and 215 Racing on Instagram.
Yeah. Sweet 215 Racing Instagram.
215. I just have it already in there, so I'm really bad on the name. I just already know. I see it pop up.
Right.
Or hit them up directly here on Facebook, and get yourself the accessories and the prep. You know, couldn't ask for a better guy. And if you have questions, hit him up. He'll help you out. We covered a couple of the processes tonight about how to do it, but and if you got ideas, throw them his way. He's gonna tell you yes or no. So you can't meet a better guy. Tony's one of the originals. He's been here for a long time, and you know, again, brother, thank you for being a friend, and just thanks. I mean, it takes a lot. So
No worries. Thank you guys. I'm reading all the little things in there. And
yeah, I'm
thank you,
reading the comments
Brian.
too.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Gabe. Brian, I need to hit you up for one of those awesome hats, man. And yep, one of those. I need to grab one of those for sure. So we'll talk here in a few minutes. But thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Webb RC, thank you, Kyle. And we will talk soon. I need to make it down to San Diego here one day.
I still have
It'll
6 more
happen.
events this year. I'll tell you this: I'm coming back up in your neck of the woods. Well, sort of in Irwindale in November. So we'll hook up there.
Perfect.
I got a race there November 19th. No information's out yet. Flyer hasn't been released, but we're coming up there for the fall nationals.
Perfect,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate
So
it. Appreciate it. Can't wait to see you guys. And then thank you again.
all right, brother. We're gonna throw this back over the studio. You have a good rest of your night, and we'll catch you on the track, bud.
You guys do the same. Thanks for